Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we are doing another pick a card reading or pick a symbol reading, pick a couple reading, and we are asking about your relationship. So what I want you to do is visualize, imagine, or even speak out loud the relationship that you are currently in that you want a reading on. Now, this is mainly for people who are in some type of romantic relationship currently. I suppose you could ask about some other relationship in your life, but if that's the case, you might need to filter out some messages that may involve romance. This is a general reading, so you should always take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. So it's really important for you to right now very clearly visualize or speak out loud the exact relationship, the exact person you are asking about. Once you have done so, breathe deeply, relax, and take a look at all three of the couples we have on screen. We have group number 1 with the couple who have children, group number 2 with the older couple, and group number 3, y'all know I had to include a lesbian throuple in here. So now don't go by which one resonates the most with you, because majority of you, none of these will resonate with you. You just want to go with wherever your eye is drawing you, wherever you intuitively feel pulled to. The actual image itself does not matter. What matters is whatever group you feel drawn towards, okay? So go ahead and select your group, and once you've done so, you can either skip ahead using the timestamps, or you can watch through if you're interested in what the other groups have to offer. I want to remind you guys that I do offer psychic readings on my website, spiritpsychic.org, and there are multiple options where you can get a reading on your love life and ask about your relationship if you have very specific questions, or you just feel like a one-on-one reading might help you out a bit more than these pick a card readings. So go ahead and check that out. I also offer personal spiritual life coaching on there as well, where we do an hour-long video reading every single week on whatever it is that you need to talk about. And I also have my spiritual apothecary. Right now I literally only have one product, and that is the Goddess Intention Oil. It's extremely powerful, guys. I am telling you. That Goddess Intention Oil, my oh my, you slap that bad boy on before a romantic date, you just wait and see what happens. That's all I'm gonna say. So go ahead and check that out, all right? Now, without further ado, let's just begin. Hello, group number 1. Let's take a look into your relationship. Just to double check, make sure that you have a particular person in mind, a particular relationship that you're asking about. So we are going to start off by looking into your individual personalities and energies that you are bringing into this relationship. So over here we have person A, and over here we have person B. I don't know which side is you, I don't know which side is the other person, so you're going to have to follow your own intuition here and kind of see which side is you, which side is your person. If you're seeing yourself or your person in both sides, that is probably because you are mirroring each other and you're very similar in this relationship. Or in smaller circumstances, you might see yourself in both sides, but you're not really picking up on your person, and it can be like a reading for yourself. If nothing resonates during this portion of the reading, chances are you should go back and select a different group, or there just might not be any messages for you in this reading. I do offer a personal relationship and love reading on my website, spiritpsychic.org, if you have more specific questions that you want guidance on for your relationship. So go ahead and check that out. But for now, let's do this reading and see what resonates, okay? So person A, person 1, whatever, is being represented by the camel. Okay, so this is a fire animal, so they might be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but they don't have to be. This is someone who is really good at going the long haul, okay? Going the long haul in something in life. They view relationships as something that they want kind of forever. You know, they're not dating just to have fun in the present moment. I mean, that is a part of it, but like they you know, these are people who really go the distance with everything in their life. And they invest in long-term energy. That's their personality. You know, they want to invest their money in long-term assets, long-term investments. They want to invest their time and their energy in relationships that will be here for a really good chunk of their life, if not all of their life. They might even with their career be taking the long haul, long educational process, or, they have plans 10, 20 years out for their career, or they want to own their own property for that long-term investment. This person is really in it for the long haul. Okay, long story short, they're in it for the long haul. Also, this person is really good at keeping cool in hot circumstances. They're really good at just finding their own inner self-love and having that inner love and caring for their own needs get them through emotionally challenging times. The camel spirit is a very mature spirit. Okay, so this person is more mature than the average Joe. They are, I don't know, they just are kind of calm. They have a lot of stamina, and they want to invest in this relationship for the long haul. Okay, let's see person 2 or B. We have the deer. Beautiful, beautiful animal. This could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but they don't have to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The deer is a very innocent energy. This is someone who does not have a mean bone in their body. They cannot hurt a fly. And they really do have the purest of intentions when it comes to this connection. They just want to be happy, essentially. And I think what I'm picking up on here, one frustration in this relationship might be the camel person over here might ask the deer, what do you want in the long run? What's our long-term plan? And this deer is just like, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy with you. So that might be a little bit frustrating for the camel. That might be one tiny little problem in this connection. The deer person can be a bit scared at times, a bit fearful at times. This is someone who's really hyper aware of everything going on around them. The subtlest of text messages or remarks or shift in energy that the camel might experience, the deer person picks up on it like that. They're very intuitive. They are very aware of everything going on. Sometimes I think the camel person might underestimate how perceptive the deer person is. Everything that the deer person says, it feels like it's calculated. They're saying it for a reason. They're doing this for a reason. They are very good at finessing the conversation. And I don't know, I think the deer person here is just really good at surviving. They're really good at staying in the present moment. But here's the thing. Here's the main difference between these two people. I feel like the camel person looks very long-term, and at times they might forget to enjoy the present moment, whereas the deer person is really in the present moment, but sometimes might forget to think in long-term. So that might be a difference between the two of you. Also, with the camel person over here, this might be somebody who enjoys travel, adventure. They might even be international, or have lived internationally, something like that. I don't know, their energy is very much worldly. Sagittarius energy is coming out strongly with camel energy. Higher education, international traveling, world events, the news, and also like long-term type of energy, right? Whereas the deer person over here, they're more zen. They're more in the moment. Let's relax and have fun in the moment. Down to earth is what I want to say with the deer person compared to the camel. Not that the camel person isn't down to earth, but I feel like the deer person is very much more down to earth. A little bit more playful. A little bit more connected with nature, especially. The camel person's kind of giving me city vibes, and the deer person's kind of giving me like country or woodsy vibes, gardening vibes. So yeah, it's an interesting combination here. Let's see what else comes out and how these two energies come together in your relationship. With the camel person, their chakra is the third eye, gratitude. This is a really good card to bring into the relationship. They're just grateful to have this relationship in their life. I think they're trying to maintain this state of gratitude for the relationship, for the deer person. And they're, the vines here, the flowers are a really good sign. It shows that their love is growing. And yeah, it's just a really sweet energy. We see one person here is pregnant, and pregnancy in dreams and in spirituality can represent that there's a lot more to come. There's more that will be birthed in this relationship in the future. The camel person really does view this relationship as something long-term, that they would like to continue growing. They would like to continue thriving with the deer. So that's really great. So what chakra, what energies is the deer person bringing in this connection? We have growth. Well, all right then. Perfect balance here. All right. And of course, the heart chakra, lots of green going on over here with the deer. Nature, heart chakra, deep conversations, snuggliness, like let's grow together. Let's learn together. I feel like this is a really groovy blend of energy, if I do say so myself, because you're very different, but you both want the same thing. You both are operating in this relationship out of love, it feels. And that love can conquer all differences that you have. This camel person's giving me a much more mysterious, mystic, worldly type of energy. And the deer person is giving me very down to earth, magical, playful, present moment type of energy. Also, I'm feeling like a difference here in age. So the camel person might be older than the deer person if there's an age gap relationship here. Or it's just like their kind of soul gives more, how do I put it? It's not that the camel person's more serious, but the deer person's giving me a lot of inner child, playful magicalness, like nature, magic, fairy energy. And the camel is giving me mystical, wise, shaman type of energy. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And we see them operating out of the third eye, which is intuition, intellect. And the deer person operates out of the heart, which is just love and magic and gratitude as well. So we both see two people here who are grateful to have each other and want to grow together. Isn't that stunning? Okay. Also, there might be a trip to nature, doing something outdoorsy coming up that will help heal your relationship, or not heal it, if, not to say that there's anything that needs to be healed, but it will bring you two closer together. So if you have an upcoming trip like that, outdoorsy, this could be like, I don't know, hiking, kayaking, snowboarding, skiing, mountain climbing, skydiving, whatever. It'll help bring you guys together even more. It'll be a really nice bonding experience. We have their archetype in this relationship is the shapeshifter. So the camel is someone who really has a multifaceted personality, and they bring out different aspects of their personality depending on the environment that they are in with the deer here. So I think it's really important for the camel that in this relationship, they experience different environments, they experience different things with the deer. The camel will not be fully satisfied if they do the same thing week after week, like just sitting in, doing nothing. I feel like that would be understimulating for the camel. And there's just so much richness and depth to their personality. The camel is someone who really has a lot of experience. They're well read, and depending on who they are around, it can almost appear like they are different people. Not in a bad way, not in a two-faced way. It's just there's so many different aspects of their personality that can be expressed. And so I think for the camel person, it's really important that they surround themselves with different people, different environments, different hobbies, different things to do. I think that would really enrich the camel's life. This is someone who craves that fiery energy of growth and newness a lot. So I think if we keep the flames of newness alive in this connection, the camel person will be really content. Okay, so the deer person, what is their archetype in this relationship? We have the pilgrim, which is a very spiritual card and actually quite compatible with the camel as well. The pilgrim represents somebody who just has this internal desire. This is like never-ending wanderlust, essentially. Always wanting to meet new people from different places. And also, I'm getting the sense that some of you guys watching, like, this is a relationship where you're from two different places in the world. Like, you might be from different countries. The deer person here, they just crave meeting people of all types. They crave going out of their comfort zone regularly. They crave newness. This is a relationship where I think it would thrive the most when you guys are exploring into uncharted territories together. And again, like this energy is perfect for people in like international or even like just different cultures, because it seems like the shared energy here is that with this relationship, you are exploring new things. You're exploring new ways of thinking, new ways of speaking, new places. So this is a very adventurous type of connection where both people feel like they are expanding out of their comfort zone with each other. Does that make sense? For some of you, this can also be why am I forgetting the word for this? A relationship where you're two different ethnicities. This could be a relationship where you're from two different cultures. So I want to say, like, on the surface, on a very surface level, other people might look at the two of you and be like, those two don't look like they belong together. And that's a bunch of crap. Like, and it goes beyond, your skin. It goes beyond your culture. I feel like how you present yourself in the world may appear very different. For example, the deer person might dress like, a magical woodland creature. They might dress in like beautiful bright colors and rainbows and happiness and sunshine, whereas the camel person might dress, very adult and posh. Like even your aesthetics might be very different, or the people you surround yourself with may be very different. And some people outside of this relationship have a hard time grasping how the two of you get along so well, but you guys make it work. And I feel like it's because like it's just your love for each other really does keep this relationship together. It's hard to explain. You just love each other, and that love is like the glue. And that's it. That's all you have to explain to people. We just love each other, and that's that. You don't have to have everything in common to have a successful relationship. And in fact, I feel like because you guys are so different and you both share the quality of enjoying new things, enjoying differences, and going out of your comfort zone, it's what really makes this connection work. So let's get into your tarot and see what's going on in this relationship. What does Spirit want to talk about? Or what do you want to talk about, group number 1? Why don't you ask Spirit what you want advice on with this relationship, if you haven't already. And let's see what comes out. All right, I don't know how many cards. I always do this. I always start tarot readings with literally no plan. It's very intuitive, which is how I feel like it should be sometimes, Like having certain tarot spreads are convenient at times, but I feel like just intuitively reading is sometimes more powerful. We have the Magician. Okay, lots of law of attraction, manifestation, growing together. This is a really positive card upright. Really happy it came out upright, because when this card's in reverse, it's one of my red flag cards for relationships, but yours is upright, which is a green flag relationship. In this connection, there's this energy of wanting to manifest something more with your lives. There's an energy of wanting to grow in some way. The Magician takes an idea and he manifests it into reality using the 4 elements, water, which is love and emotions, air, which is intellect and planning, earth, which is physical support and materials and health, and then fire, which is passion and the will and the desire to manifest this. With those 4 things, you can manifest anything that you want. And so with the Magician card here, you both want this relationship to work, which is why you guys are together. Okay, it doesn't matter what problems you encounter in this relationship, you both want this to work. So I don't really see you guys ever breaking up. You both just want it real bad, so it's gonna happen. And that's that. And you're gonna use all the resources possible to make it happen. And also with the Magician card coming out here, I'm getting the energy of like all the love languages are important, which is something that I've been like preaching for a really long time now. You know how like it's real popular to be like, what's your love language? I think that in a healthy relationship, we should have all the love languages being spoken. Like, I don't want, just physical touch and words of affirmation. Like, I want gifts too. I want quality time. I want, acts of service. I think it's a weird question. I mean, like, naturally, you might more strongly resonate with one of those languages, but I think they should all be present there. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing about your connection, is that you both kind of try to show your love for each other in all ways. Or maybe that might be a theme of your relationship right now that you're working through. But the Magician's a really good card. You both want this to happen. We have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so we are seeing a little bit of a problem here. Surrounding your future, specifically like home, family, marriage. There might be some debates around that at this time right now, or just some confusion in the, like, okay, how are we going to move into the future in terms of longevity? That might be something that's up for debate right now, or something that's not fully settled. It seems like this energy is kind of trying to figure out how to settle down. The energy of longevity, the energy of like marriage or commitment or family, home, in-laws, finances, shared finances, these bigger, long-term, more serious concepts. You might be having a hard time seeing eye to eye on this at this time, or it's just undecided, or you haven't had this conversation. With this card in reverse, this energy of 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles represents, your longevity, your legacy, your forever home, your family that you're creating in adulthood, right? Where your long-term energy and investments are going. There is some up in the airness surrounding this. And in particular, I feel like the camel person in this relationship is really wanting to kind of settle this. They want to figure this out. And I do feel like the deer person is more so like, well, like, let's just live in the moment and see where things go. And so I don't know. There is some kind of debacle in that area. It's not settled. It's not set in stone. And that may cause some uncomfortableness for either both people, or at least the camel person here. Okay, we have the 4 of Swords. There is a healing going on in this relationship right now, mending your heart. Okay, so there might have been an argument, a heated discussion, or just confusion in general with this that we just talked about. And right now I feel like we're trying to restore that love again. One thing is that there are things that take energy from your relationship and pour energy back into your relationship. And having difficult conversations, it's totally necessary in your relationship, but it does take away energy from your relationship. So after every debate or argument, it's really important to have a healing time after that where, we keep things lighthearted, fun, and we pour energy back into our relationship. And that could be through something like going on a really nice and fun date night. It could be having a movie snuggle night, pouring that quality time and love back into the connection. I feel like when you go through difficulties as a couple, that element is really important. So the 4 of Swords coming out is showing that this little healing is kind of needed. Some of you guys watching this might be like 1 or 2 of you, might be taking a little bit of space in your relationship right now after this energy, this debate, this discussion, this not really seeing eye to eye in terms of long-term future. You might be taking a little bit of space from your partner right now to kind of just pour energy back in yourself, heal a little bit. So in this relationship, you can come from a place of, having a healed heart and energy, and so that you could pour more love into the connection. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got the Hierophant coming out. Okay, so first and foremost, this is a card of marriage. So I just want to point that out. That might be a topic of concern right now, or this might be someone you're married to. But also, the Hierophant is showing that it might be really good for you to get some mentors when it comes to your love life and this connection. Okay, so this can be a relationship therapist first and foremost, personal therapist. If you aren't doing those things and you feel like you could really benefit from it, this is your green light, your go ahead sign that would really help. Obviously, that's not an option for everyone. And so another thing you can do is simply get some books. There's plenty of books on relationships and healthy relationships, you know, self-help books are really, and videos are really good if you can't afford that mentor. The Hierophant upright talks about taking the traditional path. So in this connection, I feel like one or both of you might be wanting to take a little bit more of a traditional path, you know, wanting this 10 of Pentacles, you know, marriage, family, home. I mean, we have two individuals here who are extremely unique. You know, they're not the average Joe. However, they might find that they actually want those traditional things with this partner, even if they have a very untraditional relationship. Like if, you know, like we said earlier, if it's I still can't remember that word. If you guys are of different backgrounds or LGBTQIA or non-monogamous, even if you have a untraditional relationship, you almost kind of want that higher level of commitment and that family and that security with this person. And you can totally create your own form of that. You don't have to follow all the traditional steps. But with the Hierophant card, I am seeing more than likely someone here or both of you here really want that traditional longevity in this connection. Or they just want happiness. If you already have that, they just want happiness within that. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of where this relationship is wanting to head, to be honest with you. Let's see what the last tarot card is, and then we'll get some more cards. Queen of Pentacles, really beautiful card. This is self-love. This is money. This is having a home. Okay, we have matters of the home coming out twice here. So whatever this little blip is with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, whatever this argument, this discussion is, there will be a resolution that you are happy with that will keep you together. Queen of Pentacles is just showing thrivingness. You know, this is showing empowerment within each other. You know, I'm seeing two people here who lift each other up. I'm seeing two people here who want to invest for the long term. Okay. I also think, you know, we can really merge these energies together because the Deer card is giving tons of earth energy and Queen of Pentacles is very earthy. And if you're the Camel person or whatever, we're having some debacle here when it comes to long-termness. I think you both want the same thing, but you may be kind of communicating it at this time in a way that makes it seem like you don't want the same thing. Does that make sense? But the Deer person, like they all they really want, I'm seeing, is like a really nice home where they can, you know, host people or have their own little garden and they want that like financial comfort. You know, they like kind of really nice physical things in life. They have a lot of earthly energy. They want to be able to afford to invest in their appearance and their loved ones and give really good gifts and, you know, wear nice clothes and have a beautiful home. Like they want all that stuff. And the Camel person wants longevity. They want a long-term relationship. They might even want to go on like, you know, a lot of traveling, lots of trips. I don't know. There's a lot of up in the air discussions here, particularly surrounding the home and what we want our lives to look like. And it's just very temporary stuff. Like this, whatever you guys are debating on right now, it will be resolved. But to be honest, I'm feeling a lot of happiness in this connection. So we're going to pull some more oracle cards to kind of see where this connection is going and what the universe wants to tell you. So we're calling in Mama Moon here. She rules over relationships and emotions and our daily rhythm and routine. So what does she want you to know about this relationship? What does Mama Moon want you to know about this relationship? We have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, whatever it is that you're arguing about here, there's going to be an answer soon. All right. Actually, you know what? I do want to pull some more tarot to get more in depth about this like debate, this debacle. What conclusions are within reach, Mama Moon? What conclusions are within reach? We see questions being answered, clarity, Knight of Pentacles. Yes. Your growth together, the future. That is what we are figuring out. So if you're feeling a little apprehensive, a little bit anxious because you don't really know how your long-term future with this person is going to look like, you're going to get answers on that, okay? And there is growth here. I think it's positive answers. I think it's like being able to work together and build together and grow together. The Knight of Pentacles is, again, in it for the long haul and planning out the long-term future. And the Nine of Swords, yeah. Whatever this debate was, it was causing some mental health issues. It was causing some anxiety, some overthinking for some of you guys. But have no fear. Conclusions are within reach. Mama Moon promises you that. All right. So again, with the Hierophant, that's a little bit of advice here. And this is we only have 2 major arcana cards that came out for you. The Hierophant is asking you, it is really going to help you if you get a relationship coach or a therapist. So if you have the resources and opportunity to do that, I highly recommend, because I feel like you both want the same thing, but for whatever reason, like you're not communicating it in a way where you're realizing that. I think you both can have a really good future together where you both have a relationship that you want, but there's just little debates about the future that might get in the way of your happiness at this time. And I think working through that with a mediator and someone who can objectively help you find a good compromise and a good future together, that will really help your cause here. I also feel guided to say this is a relationship worth investing in. You guys seem to be really loving towards each other. And again, if this doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. If you're actually my relationship is crap, listen to what your intuition is saying. If this doesn't resonate, pay attention to the fact that it doesn't resonate, and perhaps go back and pick another pile, get a personal reading, or just journal out why it doesn't resonate. Anyways, we have some more messages from a spirit about this relationship. Okay, so first we have this. It says balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So keep that in mind. The challenges you're facing now, that just means you really love each other. And that's where growth comes from. So we have this. And it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Do what feels right. I don't know why. I just got a vision of someone talking about whatever this argument is and just asking their person, what feels right to you? All logic aside, what feels like the right solution for you? So that might be a good lead in this discussion you're having with your person. And then we have this, which says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Yeah, gratitude's coming out a lot for your reading. Give thanks for the future of this connection, for your current love, for your past love. When you step into that energy of gratitude and even showing your love towards your partner, and just being really grateful, it is healing balm for your relationship. And like we said before, with the 10 of Pentacles reversed going into the 4 of Swords, this is giving me post-argument healing. It's really important for you to pour love into each other and remind each other, I do love you. This relationship is really important. And our love can transcend any challenge that we have here. So what feels right for us? What feels right for us? Okay. And finally, to end your reading, I feel like this is a very undramatic reading. You guys must be in a pretty healthy relationship. We're going to ask the romance angels for, their advice, their 2 cents on this relationship that you're asking about. So let's see what they have to say. Romance angels, what is your 2 cents? What is your advice? Yep, I had a feeling this card would come out. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Yeah, that's what this relationship honestly needs. A little bit of fun. And also, y'all just give me the energy of people who travel, people who just like we said earlier, going on a date, going on an adventure, traveling together, that is, gonna pour energy and love back into this relationship. And that's what's needed after a hard discussion. So your romance angels are confirming that message, enjoy the bliss of having fun together, whether that's a big old trip or, an outdoorsy adventure like we were picking up on, or what have you, even just a simple date night. We need to pour more love and gratitude into this relationship at this time. And know that whatever problem you're having right now, conclusions are within reach. We have pay attention to the red flags. I was not expecting this card to come out. The signs are cautioning you. So we got to get some clarity on this one, Spirit. That's a pretty big message to come out. So what exactly are the red flags? What are you talking about? We're seeing pour love into this connection, but I am getting an undercurrent of there's a bigger issue here. What is the red flag? What is the red flag? Okay. We have the Two of Swords. Oh, indecision about what you want on the future. Yep, that's pretty much what we saw here. Someone might be afraid of moving forward with the connection because they're afraid. This is someone who might fear commitment a little bit, or they're, again, just like really in the present moment, and they might be an overthinker, anxiety. We did pick up on some mental health issues over here. Overthinking particularly. Anxiety particularly. If someone in this connection has anxiety problems, commitment issues, they just don't know what to do. They don't know how to move forward with this connection. That's the red flag we're seeing here. Now, I feel like red flag's a strong word. I just really think that this person, or both of you, if you're both experiencing this, needs to take care of themselves. Okay. We also see the Seven of Swords coming out. Just kind of fell out as always. Shuffling it up. This is a card of like, I don't know, maybe someone in this connection really is just used to being on their own. They're really used to not taking other people into consideration when it comes to their future path. Like maybe they were single for a long time before this relationship. And I don't know, maybe they're just used to living on their own. Maybe they just had their future planned out for them and they didn't expect to fall in love. And I feel like they're having a hard time transition to include this new opportunity of love. Like I feel like they weren't expecting to fall in love. They weren't expecting this relationship. And so it's kind of hard for them to plan the future. They don't know how to move forward with this connection. So that's the red flag I'm seeing here. If that red flag is in yourself or the other person, I mean, it could be either. You guys listen to your own intuition. If it's within yourself, I really feel guided to say, like, you don't want to lose out on a beautiful relationship like this, and that's where a good mentor can come in, a good therapist can come in to kind of help you work through commitment issues, and figure out the best path for you on a day-to-day basis. All right. So that might be something that needs to be worked through in this connection. Any other advice, romance angels, for group number 1 and this relationship, or anything else you need to say about this relationship? Like all things in life, this relationship's not black and white. There's a gray area, darkness and light. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. There is a ton of love in this connection. Again, that's what keeps you guys through despite the differences, despite the debates, despite the confusion. All right. Beautiful. And we have you deserve love. You are lovable. Also, I feel really guided to say that you are lovable even when you tell the other person what you want, even when you lay down your boundaries and say, you know what, this is what I want in my long-term future. This is what I want in my love life, and even when you have incompatibilities, like maybe one of you wants a family or wants a home or wants, something that the other person doesn't, you are still lovable. You still deserve love. And your angels are coming through to say, you shouldn't be compromising on big things that you really want. You deserve love even when you are at odds with other people. You deserve love even when you stand up for yourself, even when you, I don't know. I just think there's a weird belief that I've noticed where, especially the people around my age, like younger generation, like 20s and 30s, there's like a huge culture of like, oh, I don't want kids. Oh, it's desperate to say that you want marriage. It's desperate to say you want more in this relationship. I don't know why that is. I feel like a lot of women in particular are gaslit into believing it's a bad thing to want something that requires more commitment and effort on the other person's behalf. But it's really not. And honestly, I think it's pretty normal. It's pretty okay for you to want something more long-term, more secure, more commitment. And you should be loving yourself regardless. Okay. So there is that. And Spirit is saying you deserve the things that you want. All right. So keep standing up for yourself and keep standing up for the things that you want in love. And we can work through this. We can have discussions, but there is some issues that need to be worked through over here on probably one person's behalf in this connection. There might be some signs that this is someone who might not be used to considering someone else into their future or considering something more long term. Like, this is someone who's kind of stuck in the present moment of this connection, and it doesn't feel like there's much growth going on right now in terms of like, I don't know, there's just something at odds here. Like, how are we moving into the future? That seems to be the big debate about this relationship. So yeah, that is your relationship, it seems. I don't know. I'm kind of not satisfied. Let's ask Spirit for more advice. Spirit, like, how can group number 1 get over this issue? How can they get over this issue with each other? 3 of Wands in reversed. Again, this is like asking you to like, please pour some love into this connection before we do the shadow work, right? We have the 5 of Swords reversed. You're both very stubborn and do not want to walk away from this connection at all. I feel like you're in a situation where it's like, I'm not sure if we're 100% compatible for what we both want in the long term, but we're already like in too deep and none of us want to walk away. That's what it feels like. All right, Spirit, so they don't want to walk away. So what's your advice? 3 of Cups in reversed. Can I get some more clarity on that? King of Swords in reversed. I feel guided to pick one more card, so let's see. I think, it's really important for both people here to know what they want. The Moon, this would come out for you. This is like the prime card for I have no idea where things are headed. And it can be an emotional influence when you don't know what lies in your future with someone. It seems to me that like the masculine person in this connection, and it has nothing to do with gender, honestly, they might be dragging their feet a little bit. They don't seem to know what they really want long term. And I think people watching, you're probably the one who is wanting something a bit more from this connection, or just wanting that long-term security. I mean, it might be reversed for some of you, but stand your ground with that. And I just, again, really want to say, like, this connection could really use a mentor, could really use like relationship counseling or some type of person who can help you navigate your very specific issues in this connection. The King of Swords in reversed is kind of showing me someone who is having a hard time, like, just clearing their mind, following their feelings, and determining exactly what they want for the future, and then going for it. Like, it's kind of giving me stagnation. It's kind of giving me, I don't know. The 3 of Cups in reverse usually comes out when you're feeling kind of alone, when you're feeling kind of discluded from people's plans. So I don't know. Again, I'm just feeling like someone here was so used to being independent and they're having a hard time grappling the concept of building a life together. But the thing is, you both want that, it feels like. So I don't know. There's some issues that needs to be overcome in this connection. So yeah, I hope this reading gave you some insights into that. There is, like I said, lots of love here. You both want something long-term. I just feel like someone might be struggling to identify what they actually want and put it into words and into a plan, if that makes sense. So I wish you so much healing in this connection. It's definitely time for an adventure. Pour some love into like a honeymoon type of thing, into dates, fill that relationship energy back up. Also, like, get yourself some support in this connection, some mentors, some some outside mentors that can help you through any issues that you're having right now. There is a lot of love here. You do deserve tons of love. You are super lovable. And you deserve all the things that you want in your love life, okay? So I wish you all the best, okay? Comment down below, how did this resonate with you? I'd love to hear about you and your relationship, you and your person. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I am posting about 2 pick a card readings a week at this point, and other spiritual chat videos here and there. So subscribe to that. Like this video if you want to help me out, and I will see you for the next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's take a look into your relationship. So we have person A and person B. I don't know which one is which, so you're gonna have to follow your intuition on that. You might be one group, the person you're asking about or in a relationship with might be in the other section. And for some of you, you might be feeling yourself and your person a little bit in both piles here, and that's perfectly fine and normal. That just means there's a lot of mirroring going on in your relationship. For some of you watching, like maybe 1 or 2 of you, you might have a reading where it literally just feels like your relationship with yourself. If that's the case, you might want to go back and watch another pile for the person you're asking about. Again, just take what resonates from these readings, leave anything that doesn't. If we look into these energies of the 2 people in this relationship and nothing resonates, you might need to pick another pile, or there just might not be any messages for you in this video, okay? So let's just dive right into it. Person A is being represented by the butterfly. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That might be a placement that they have, but doesn't have to be. This is someone who's been through a lot of lots of transformation within this relationship. Like when they first stepped into this relationship, they might have been one person, and then because of the love and the exchange of energies, they completely transformed into like almost a better version of themselves. This relationship has made them a better person. This person might also be very intellectual, talkative, just again, lots of air qualities here, very whimsical and all over the place, energetic, really beautiful. All right, so beautiful, beautiful energies they are having within this relationship, transformation, left and right. You know, this connection really brings out so many epiphanies for them and does a lot of healing for them. So person 2 or B is being represented by the earthworm. I don't know why. I feel like the earthworm energy and the butterfly energy are both really cute together. Like this is like they're both kind of insects, right? In a way, is an earthworm considered an insect? I'm not actually sure. Anyways, this is earthy energy. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, they don't have to be, but they have a lot of earthy energy, i.e. very down to earth. And I don't know, I'm just getting like a vision of earthworms like aerating the soil, preparing the soil. They just provide a really nice foundation for love to grow off of. And I feel like this person is really grounding. Like they're very predictable. This is someone who like, how do I put it? They are consistent. You know, this is someone who texts back, for example. They're always like here in the relationship. Their energy is secure. You know, they're not constantly shifting and changing around, and they offer a really safe space for love and healing to take place. They have an extremely healing energy about them because of how just secure they are. How, I don't want to use the word predictable, but like, you know how children need a really solid routine and stability and like just kind of consistency every day in order to offer the best growing environment? It seems that person B or person 2 is someone who can offer that for anyone. And that goes far beyond children as well. I feel like we all need a nice, consistent security in order to do the highest level of healing, growth, and learning. You know, we need a safe home that is stable, calm, drama-free in order to do our own internal healing and internal work. And what it seems to be here is that this earthworm person is kind of the rock of this relationship. They do offer that drama-free consistency. And the butterfly person over here, they might not have come from the most beautiful of upbringing. And within this relationship, they have done a heck of a lot of transformation, okay? Now, it's not to say that the butterfly person does not offer anything in this relationship. That is not true. I feel like their life experiences has just created so much gratitude and beauty in their heart. You know, I feel like the butterfly person has faced a lot more hardships compared to the earthworm person, for example. And while that's not fun, through overcoming those hardships and having a safe space to kind of heal from that, they offer a very particular set of qualities that is just magical to be around, you know? Sometimes I say that people who've been through a lot in life, they turn into one of two people, either exactly like those who have hurt them and, you know, creating more shadow and chaos and drama in the world, or like one of the most loving, beautiful, magical people ever, because they don't want anyone to go through that, and they really take life with a lot of gratitude. Like I'm thinking of that actress, what's her name? I don't remember her name. Anyways, there is a lot of magic that the butterfly offers in this relationship, a lot of spontaneity and gratitude, and just like a certain particular zest of life that the earthworm might be, I don't want to say lacking in. I feel like these two people are different, but in ways that intertwine so beautifully. Like the earthworm person is very down to earth, stable, logical. And then the butterfly person comes into their life and offers a lot of creativity, spontaneity, just whimsical ideas, and it really brightens the earthworm's life and adds more color to it. Whereas the earthworm person can really bring the butterfly person down to earth a bit more and give them that safe consistency that they might be lacking on their own in order to do a lot more healing, growth, etc. So beautiful combination of energies here. I really love it. I feel like you're exactly what the other person needs, but let's see what the other energies are in this relationship. So looking at the chakra energies, the butterfly is carrying the solar plexus chakra miracle. They really do feel like this relationship was such a huge blessing and gift from the universe. Like it was a miracle. I'm also getting this phrase, like it's a miracle that I am where I am today. Like I feel like this butterfly person, they almost thought they would have ended, this is going to sound dark, but they almost thought they would have ended up like dead at this point, or in jail, or just as worse as the environment that they came from, or like they just feel like the universe gave them this person to give them, I'm almost feeling like the earthworm person might be their first healthy relationship ever. And because this earthworm person is so secure and accepting and just consistent, it offered that space, that safe space for the butterfly person to just completely transform and do so much inner healing work. And it makes the butterfly person almost want to cry how grateful they are for that. They can't even imagine where they would be if it weren't for this person. Like they have true gratitude. Like this is miraculous to them. They truly feel like the earthworm person is like a gift from the universe, an earth angel in a sense. Really beautiful. I love that. Okay, what chakra energy is the earthworm person carrying? Perfection with the root chakra. Lots of grounded energy coming from them. The root chakra is that groundedness, right? With perfection, you know, this is, I don't know, the earthworm is giving me like wanting to have a really clean home. I don't know, that's so specific, but I'm getting a vision of like just making everything neat and tidy and organized, and like everything has their place. This person might have like a super attraction to like symmetry and organization. Tidying up, I don't know. Their mind is like lines and boxes and squares that fit perfectly together, whereas the butterfly is all like squiggly, smoky, like floral energy. You guys are so different, but so balanced in this connection. It's kind of insane. I love it. Beautiful. Also, I'm glad I see some plant life here that can represent growth in this relationship. Also with the root chakra and with these berries and everything, I'm seeing a lot of sexual energy coming from the earthworm towards the butterfly. Okay, so that might be something they really enjoy about this connection. Like, I just feel like physically there's a lot of compatibility and passion, and perfection. Okay, so the archetype that the butterfly represents in this connection is the maiden. I'm getting a lot of sexual tension here, guys. Not gonna lie. This is a lot of feminine energy as well. And I don't know. Wow, this is like, you guys can really... how do I put it? I feel like this relationship offers a safe space to explore into territories that you wouldn't be able to explore with people who didn't offer that same safe space. Does that make sense? And I hope I don't get demonetized for talking about some of this stuff, but like the example that's coming to my head is like there's certain kinks that just aren't as hot when you're with someone you don't fully trust. Like, for example, say you really want a three-way or something, or you really want to experiment with group stuff, if you're in a relationship that makes you feel insecure, that is not going to be a fun time, But if you're with someone who really makes you feel secure and really, like, you just fully trust them and just know that they're not going anywhere and they still love you just the same, like, you can actually go in and experiment with those things and not feel super insecure about it. You know what I mean? So I feel like in this relationship, the butterfly person feels like they can truly spread their wings when it comes to new stuff that they want to do and just like exploring themselves more. Like the earthworm gives them a safe space to just expand and grow, if that makes sense. Also, the butterfly person is showing up with lots of divine feminine energy, creativity, spontaneity, ideas for the connection. It's almost like the earthworm person over here provides the structure, the home, the, basic foundation, and then the butterfly person comes in and just spreads magic everywhere. Like in a very practical metaphor of this relationship, the earthworm person might build a house, with the bare bones, floors, walls, windows, etc. But then the butterfly person paints the walls and puts, beautiful furniture and decor everywhere and makes it really magical. Does that make sense? Like that is your relationship as a metaphor. Beautiful stuff. Okay. The archetype that the earthworm person is coming out with is the crone, which is very wise, beyond their years. Okay. The crone represents maturity. It represents wisdom. It represents kind of the confidence that comes with time. So I'm getting old soul energy from the earthworm. I feel like their life itself might have been a bit easier for them because they have lived so many past lives and overcome so much karma. And so in this life, they have a lot of wisdom just kind of naturally. I'm also getting the earthworm person might be kind of like Mother Goose of their friends, the mature one who takes care of other people. I'm getting that type of energy from them. But also, like, there is a deepness with them. And also with the earthworm, I mean, they literally go deep into the earth. There's a lot of depth with this person. They want to have deep conversations. They're not afraid to go deep with someone. Very healing energies here. They would make a really good therapist, honestly, or like a really good person, because I just feel like they have the ability to hold space for people to figure out their own drama and solutions, but at the same time they also do have really good advice and wisdom when need be. So they're giving that energy, which is just what the butterfly needs to be their best self. And I feel like with the crone energy as well, it kind of, to balance that out, they do need like kind of more youthful, zesty energy. So you guys are just a perfect balance for each other. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm really enjoying this. But let's see what issues, what stuff, what energies come out for your relationship as a whole. So let's get the tarot out and just see what's up with this relationship, okay? I'm like, hey, what's up below? I was not expecting all this good energy from these readings, not gonna lie. Group number 1 had a pretty good relationship, little debates here and there, but you guys are also giving me very healthy, good vibes. But let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. So there might be some type of move that is desired here, like a literal move to calmer waters or a better place. The 6 of Swords to me speaks about like literally moving, to be honest. Literally moving your house somewhere better, or moving from the rough waters of life to peace with each other. This is a really good card, to be honest, because I feel like through this relationship, you will both find peace. You are both guiding each other to peace. So the birds in this deck represent our thoughts and our will, our direction in life, our intellect. And I feel like you're both trying to bring this relationship to calmer shores, to water, to calmer waters, to peaceful energies. So I think you're pretty much on the same boat here, literally. Let's see. Let me just pull out some cards. Okay. We also have the Sun reversed. This is, again, positive message here. The overall energy of your relationship is healthy and good. There might be some minor blips in your happiness right now, minor issues in your lives individually. Like maybe one person's not extremely happy with their job. Maybe the other person has some more emotional healing to do. I don't know. But overall, you guys are healthy together and you are both working towards, again, calmer waters in your lives individually and as a couple. But for the most part, you're pretty happy together. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles and we see why you're happy together. There is an equal give and take in this relationship, complete balance, complete harmony. Also, I'm seeing like, this reminded me of the colors of the chakras. I'm seeing like a lot of just, again, balanced energy here. Aligned chakras. You know, you have your security together. You have your sexual passion. You have your excitement for the relationship, your love and compassion for each other, your communication, your intellectual stimulation in this relationship, and just this feeling like you're spiritually destined for each other. It's just good stuff. This is giving me soulmate energy. Soulmate relationships are pretty easy, to be honest. I know they say like every relationship takes work, but honestly, it's not hard work if it's a healthy relationship. So we have the Hanged Man coming out. You see life from a new perspective together. And I feel like, again, this is a place where this connection feels so safe and secure that you can both really explore into unknown territories with each other and really explore who you are and life itself together. It's so good. I love it. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. This also came out for group number 1. So there might be, again, minor blip in communication and sorry, I just got distracted because I heard children screaming outside. This is a card of children. Maybe you guys have some thing going on there with children, and maybe there's issues with your children if you have any that you're kind of working through. That's a minor situation. Or maybe your children are taking up a lot of your time right now, and you might not have enough time to really pour into your relationship like you want to. And that's, again, a minor thing that you will overcome together. Maybe some of you don't agree on whether or not you want children, or maybe you don't agree on or maybe you're just not 100% content with the house that you live in. I'm definitely seeing that for some people. Like you do not like the place that you're living and you're really wanting a move, and you feel like after you move, your relationship will improve a lot because your environment improves a lot. So I'm just seeing like a minor challenge in this connection that really doesn't feel like a challenge within the relationship itself. It more so is feeling like just an external challenge that may be affecting your happiness right now, but you're definitely going to overcome it. And I feel like you're kind of just waiting for that improvement to happen so that you can enjoy the relationship even more in some way. I definitely am not getting as much argumentative seriousness energy like I was getting for group number 1, but there is like a minor thing when it comes to home, family, or longevity here that might be a little bit of a challenge, but you're going to overcome it. So let's get some more oracle out to read into your relationship and just get more information. I'm getting pretty hungry, guys. I don't know what it is about doing pick a card tarot readings for YouTube that makes me hungry. Like, this is the second time this has happened to me this week. All right. I feel guided to pick these. Okay. So we have this card and it says new beginning. There's a new beginning coming in your relationship. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. I wonder what that adventure is. It could be like moving into a new home together. It could be going on an adventure, or maybe I'm seeing some of you guys are actually getting married. So it's like a new chapter in your love life. We also have this card here and it says soulmate. Yeah, I told you guys, this is confirmation. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Absolutely. This is a soulmate connection. Hands down, pretty easy compared to other relationships, to be completely honest with you. Again, the issues you have, they feel so minor. in your relationship, you know? And it almost feels like you can acknowledge that, like, okay, well, this is fine, you know, it'll work itself out. All right, so let's get some messages from Mama Moon about this relationship. She rules over emotions, relationships, day-to-day activities, etc. So what does she want to add about this connection that you should know? We have the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. There's a lot of movement going on in this relationship at this time. Again, with the movement, I feel like you guys are literally moving or want to move, and you feel like that is what will make this relationship even more enjoyable. Like, you see a vision of where this relationship could go. Maybe you have a dream of, like, I don't know, having a little homestead with your partner here or a nice condo, or maybe you have a dream of, like, literally moving to a new city entirely, and that would be like a fun new chapter in your relationship. It's very interesting, very interesting. Many of you might be looking forward to moving with this person, or there's just new chapters that await in this connection. I really, really feel that strongly. Like, new developments to be happening here. Really exciting ones too. Like, completely new chapters. Marriage, the chapter of becoming parents, the chapter of moving in together, the chapter of moving to a whole new place, the chapter of long-term travel together. We have the new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. We just had this new moon. Lots of blue energy, lots of water energy, meditate and contemplate. If you are feeling apprehensive about anything in this connection, your answer is to literally meditate and you will find answers there, okay? So go ahead and do that. Best piece of advice. I feel like the advice of meditate comes up in like almost every psychic reading because it really is the best thing you can do. We have first quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. Y'all, I said this for group number 1. I'm going to say it for you as well. I feel like this is a relationship worth investing in. I think it's a relationship worth staying committed to. Your commitment is being tested. Interesting. I feel like the energy is building. I feel like, you know, hang in there. What you want to manifest in this relationship will manifest. But can you hang in there in the present moment, and can you keep working towards this new chapter, this new beginning with your soulmate? All right. Final cards from the romance angels. What 2 cents do they want to give about this relationship? What advice, what messages do they have for this connection? Okay. We have attraction coming out. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Exactly. If you ever have relationship issues here, or like you feel like the relationship is dull, I feel like that might be one of your biggest problems in these soulmate relationships, is feeling like it might be boring or dull over time. However, medicine to heal that is actually to create more excitement in your own life personally, and to do new things with each other and keep that spark alive. You know, it might be time to travel together, start a new chapter in some way, or like, even if the other person doesn't necessarily want to do anything new in the relationship, this could be finding more excitement in your life as an individual, and then you come home and share that fun excitement with your partner. You know what I mean? This is, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. If you want more passion, excitement, zest in this relationship, the answer is to have more fun in your own life, okay? Or together. Create more enjoyable moments that are new, you know? Keep things new, keep things spicy. That's what we're seeing here. Honestly, this relationship is so healthy that I feel like the biggest problem is you might get dull. It might feel dull after a while, and that's a good sign of comfortability. I love comfortable relationships. Keep things new, keep things fresh, keep things spicy. We have flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. This feels like a very playful connection. This feels, I'm getting images of like new passion awakening in this relationship, like new sexual passion, if we're being completely honest. Like, I don't know what kind of kinks you guys are exploring, but like there is some freakiness in your future. I'm sorry, I am just the tarot reader here. I do not come up with the messages, I just deliver them. All right. Spirit, what else do you gotta say? We have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. This does not feel bad to me. This feels good to me. I feel like one of you might be thinking like, Maybe in the future you want to go solo traveling. Totally fine. And in fact, I feel like that will keep the spark alive, kind of give each other some space from time to time, let each other miss each other, and keep your relationship with yourself active. That is the key to maintaining attractiveness in relationships. When you have a long-term, deeply trusting and loving connection, you can kind of morph into the same people over time. And I feel like that's when you start losing attraction for each other, like sexual attraction. But if you maintain your individuality, your own friendships, your own adventures, like just for you, you become so attractive. I mean, it may trigger some jealousy. It may trigger some, oh my God, I miss that person. It may trigger some whatever in the other person. But I mean, a little bit of that can go a long way in terms of attraction. You know what I mean? So maintain your individuality here and do your own stuff sometimes. And we see, let your friends help you. Keep investing in your friendships and your other relationships for sure. I do not understand the culture of like, once you become married or in a long-term committed relationship, you just let all your friends go to the wayside. Friendships are equally as important as your romantic relationships, and do not neglect your social life because you found a long-term partner, okay? So avoid codependency here. That is the key to always remaining attracted to each other. Have your own one-on-one time with your friends, go traveling with yourself, your friends, and that will keep the attraction going here. Honestly, I love this relationship because your biggest problem is that like you love each other too much and you're too comfortable here. And that is like honestly not a problem at all. Okay, so just remember to keep being yourself individually and find excitement and fun in your own life, and you will see in your relationship it's exciting and fun. Don't depend on your relationship to make you happy and to give you excitement. You have to go out and create happiness and excitement for yourself, and then you share it in your relationship. Does that make sense? So that is your reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear about your relationship down below. Like, tell me the deets. How did this resonate? Okay. I will see you for the next video. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's take a look into your relationship. So we have person A and person B in this connection. You can be one or the other, and the person that you're asking about can be one or the other. It's really important for you to just follow your intuition and take what resonates from this reading, leave anything that doesn't. If you find yourself or your person in both sides and you're a little bit confused, like which side is me, which side is them, that just means that there's a lot of mirroring going on in this connection. And if you don't see yourself or your person at all in this reading, it's not for you. Don't force it to resonate. You can go back and select another group, or maybe there's just no messages for you in this video. So let's dive right into it. Person A is being represented by the sea serpent. Ooh, and we have the Ouroboros here as well. This is a spirit animal. The sea serpent. This is all about beginnings and endings. Transformation. There's also like a mystical, watery element about this. This person has a lot of spiritual work to do here in the world, a lot of karmic work to do here in the world when it comes to emotions, relationships, and transformation. I feel guided to say that this person is breaking generational curses. So the woes and traumas that were passed down to them from their ancestors, they're here to kind of flip the script. They're here to unwrite the old ways of humanity and rewrite a reality which they want to see. So this person is really, in a way, kind of a trendsetter, I feel. This is someone who has a lot of hard work to do in this lifetime, and a lot of that work is internal self-healing work, making sure that they're setting a good example for the people around them. They might not be aware that this is their mission on Earth, and that's totally fine, but they are definitely here to transform and transcend beyond societal norms, transcend beyond the karma that they were born with, and really become a better version of themselves. People who have this mission in life are the evolvers of humankind, and we all should do some level of evolving in our lifetime so that future generations may also be more evolved. But this person is particularly helping humanity overcome these karmic limitations and evolve and become their best version. So really deep spiritual stuff going on over here. This person probably does a lot of shadow work, a lot of deep spiritual work, healing work, trauma therapy. I don't know. I'm just getting a lot of healing, transcending, and overcoming vibes from this person. And it doesn't even have to all be psychological. It could also be like physical limitations. You know, say they grew up in a household that really, for generations, didn't eat healthy, were really disconnected from nature. Maybe in this lifetime they have a very transformative relationship with food. They transcend what their ancestors taught them, and they become healthy, and they become more in tune with nature and plants and herbalism or something. I don't know. This can really manifest in many different ways, but this person is really special, and there's like a seriousness about them. And almost I feel like their energy kind of triggers a lot of epiphanies within other people. Their energy triggers a lot of spiritual awakenings within other people. So let's see what person B is being represented by. We have the hawk spirit. This is a fire animal. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. They don't have to have those placements, but they have a lot of fire energy, that's for sure. Both of these spirit animals are very mature. They are kind of like the highest of their class, I guess you could say. The hawk is very, very perceptive, first and foremost. When we think of the actual animal of the hawk, their vision is some of the best on the world. Like, they can see very intricate details very far away. They see, not only that, they can scale down and see the close-ups, all the little details that go into something, and then they can also see the greater picture. And think of that like past, present, future of their life, and seeing beyond what society wants them to see. I think a similar element between these two people is that you both can kind of see through the crap that is fed to us through the media, if that makes sense. You both are free thinkers. You both know your power and use it, you know? There are a lot of people who walk in this world feeling powerless, not knowing the power that they carry. And I was just thinking about this last night, where some people, like, okay, you ever been on like a school field trip? And everything's like curated, you know, you get to the bus a certain time, and then you get to the location, and then you have to meet back at the bus, and like everything, all of the work of planning is done for you. All you have to do is show up. I was thinking about the fact that some people take that and they just make their whole life that. And I was trying to empathize with that feeling and put myself in that situation. And I would absolutely hate living like that. Like, even when I was young, I did not like school field trips. I did not like these curated things, because I just felt like I wanted the freedom to just do whatever I want. You know, if I want to go to this museum, I want to, you know, get there when I want. I want to plan my own trip. I want to walk around. I don't want to have like this set path ahead planned out for me. Like, that makes me deeply uncomfortable. And I feel like you two might be similar to me in that regard. But interestingly enough, I feel like most people in life, they just stick to that like set path, that energy that's laid out before them, and they don't really think for themselves in a sense. You both are free thinkers, and that's what I mean when I say free thinkers. Like, you kind of just do what you want in life, and you don't let anything stop you. And it's like a mental prison that these people are in. These people being like other people, not you. It's this mental prison where they technically do have the freedom and the power to do whatever they want, but like, they still believe that they can't. Like, I've met so many people who don't travel at all because they think the world's dangerous. They don't know how to plan it. They don't know how to do it, blah, 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 blah. That's only something other people do. Like, you are keeping yourself in a mental prison. You aren't realizing, like, you have the power to look up how to travel on your own. You have the power to buy your own stinking airplane tickets and book your own hotel and blah, 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 blah. You have the power to do anything you want in this life. And laws and rules and borders and all that jazz, they are illusions made up by mankind. And I feel like both of you know that. And I'm going off on this tangent here, so I almost wonder if when you guys are together, you just talk for hours about like all this deep stuff, because that's kind of the energy I'm starting to feel right now myself. Okay, so let's take a look at your chakra energies in this relationship. The sea serpent person has perception with the heart chakra. Really positive, beautiful card, and I'm glad to see this. You know, this deck does have some more, I guess you could say, negative cards, and this is a really good one. Perception with the heart chakra, seeing life through different eyes. And also I see the image here. And this is someone in a beautiful dress, beautiful flowing hair, walking through a garden, and just it's very much abundant, and they're viewing life as beautiful. Okay, they are using their conscious will and their freedom to view life as beautiful. This is known as the beauty way in Native American philosophy and spirituality, where you see the beauty all around you. You have a heart full of gratitude. I think their heart chakra, their heart center is really empowered. And this sea serpent person is someone who, I'm just getting very specific visions. Like they can just stare at a certain tree or a certain leaf for a really long time and like just find the beauty in such small details in life. Like say it just rained out and there's water droplets dripping off of a bush, and they'll look at the leaves of that bush and see the glistening saturation of the color and the water's dripping off of it, and it's like life is beautiful. Even if they're just sitting in their own home and the sunlight's coming through the window and the dust in the air is like shimmering almost in that sunlight, life is beautiful. Like they see, they hear, they feel, they smell, they taste all the beautiful details of life, and they have such a magical perception of reality. Everybody who we see around us in this world are experiencing different realities, and this sea serpent person is experiencing such a magical reality. They are just able to engage their senses and see the love, the beauty, everything behind everything. This is a very spiritually advanced person, I want to say. They've done a lot of healing work to get to this, but I also do feel like just their personality in general, they were born like this. Like, remember me saying earlier, I never liked curated trips or anything. This is just who they are. They've been done seeing the magic and beauty in life. So, stunning. And that's how they're approaching this relationship as well. Okay, so let's take a look into the hawk person's chakras. We have perseverance with the sacral chakra, and we see here someone shedding off the old rags they once wore with the holes and the tatteredness, and then underneath they have this beautiful glamorous look, but they're feeling down, and their spirit guide is right next to them, cheering them up, helping them persevere and shed the old stories that they once carried. This is definitely giving me, like, I feel like you guys, you're definitely, most of the people watching are feeling like they're kind of both people here, I feel, and that your partner is kind of both people. Like, you are definitely mirroring each other. I feel it so strongly because I'm like, I feel like I'm talking about the same person when I do both of these readings. Because over here we saw the sea serpent's kind of karma. Their life is to shed old stories and embrace new ways and evolve. And then we see perseverance here giving the same story on the hawk side. So you guys share that quality. There's a lot of fiery, orangey colors over here as well. The hawk person definitely is giving me some type of creative energy, and I would not be surprised if they're a musician, an artist, or something of that nature, okay? Hawk energy is also very intelligent, okay? We have two very intelligent people here. This person is like spiritually wise. This person's giving me like ancient monk energy, and then this person is giving me like elven intellect, has been alive for thousands of years energy. Does that make sense? So really interesting. I feel like you're both what they'd call old souls. I hate that phrase. I don't know why. But yeah, interesting. Perseverance. The hawk person has been hurt in love before. They've been abandoned. They've been betrayed. And not just in their love life. This could be like friendships, family, whatever. And they're transcending that. But like, here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if the hawk person had some type of PTSD, because their perception is like super duper, like superhuman. They have superhuman perception. Like, they pay attention to all the little details, all the little psychic changes and changes in the voice and changes in behavior in everyone around them. Almost psychically so, but I feel like that is a result of some form of PTSD or trauma. It can cause like a hyper awareness because your nervous system is on like high alert all the time after that. And I think that might give this hawk person really high energy all the time, followed by like depressions and crashes in energy, okay? I really want to feel guided to say to the hawk person, they should look into ways to regulate their nervous system. I believe that yoga is one of the best ways to do that, like literally getting the stress out of your body through movement. But yeah, they're just a ball of energy. I would say the energy is different for you too, like the energy you carry, your temperament. That's what I wanted to say, not energy. Temperament is different. Hawk person, very energetic, very creative and perceptive and persevering. They're constantly growing. They're shedding their wings. They're moving forward in life. They're constantly looking for ways to improve, new things to do, etc. Very high temperament. Whereas the sea serpent person here seems a little bit calmer. But yeah, I mean, we have two people who are... I feel like you guys get along because you both can see the depth of life. You know, this is not a shallow... None of you are shallow. And therefore, you won't have a shallow relationship either. But these are two people who have really gone through many transformations in their life. I also want to say to the hawk person, I feel this cycle of depression within them where they kind of are super duper happy and energetic and like creative and working a lot and being productive and seeing people popular, blah, 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 blah. And then they go through like these couple of weeks of depression and it's kind of like a cycle, it feels. So I almost wonder if they have something that kind of gives you those highs and lows quite largely, like maybe PMDD or bipolar or just depression in general, and it goes in cycles, or PTSD. I am not a psychologist. I don't know why I'm listing off all these disorders, but yeah, I definitely feel like this hawk person should look into regulating their emotions and their nervous system if they have not already. And I'm not saying that in like a toxic or bad way. Like, I don't know if that affects your relationship, but yeah, just for their own sake. I feel like they're on a healing journey and they're also on a healing transformative journey. We even see the butterflies here, which also represent transformation, just like the sea serpent. So let's take a look into the archetypes of each person here, and then we'll get into your tarot and other oracle. We have the creator. Wow, again, so much of the energy is like crossed here. You guys are very similar or mirroring each other. The creator is somebody who is painting a new picture for reality, and that goes, and I love the circles in here as well. They are saying to themselves, what world do I want to see and how can I embody that world? The changes you want to see in the world are the changes that you need to be making within yourself, right? So this sea serpent person here, they're a natural born creator, and they might even have their own creative hobbies as well. Again, art, music, whatever, dancing, acting, but it goes beyond that. They're creating a new world, it seems, or they're at least trying to with, their own time and energy. Very deep thinking. Then the archetype of the hawk is the shapeshifter. This came out for group number 1 as well, I believe. This is someone who has so many different facets of their personality, so much experience. I almost feel like the hawk person lives life so deeply all the time. Like, I feel like they've lived enough life for like 12 lifetimes thus far, and they're still probably young, like the experiences they've had in this lifetime, the things that they've done have been way more than the average person, and they've lived a lot of life. And so because of that, it's almost like they have so many different aspects of their personality that can come out at different given moments. Their personality is so big. Their auric field is so big. Their experiences are so big. It's like I'm getting like a vision of their aura, their energy being abundant and pouring outside of themselves. And they will see themselves manifested outside of themselves. So for example, like their auric field is so big that they create kind of like more versions of themselves. I know that doesn't sound correct to some people, but hear me out. I've had something like this happen with me personally. So my cat Luna, which some of you know because she likes to be in the videos sometimes, she is literally me as a cat. And I, like, everyone asks, like, do you think that she's your soulmate or what? I'm like, I don't think she's my soulmate. I think she is literally me. Like, I think we are the same entity in two different bodies, okay? And I feel like with the hawk, they might have an experience like that. So I don't know if it's particularly with a pet, or it could even be with objects and the things around them. Like, if you go into their home is kind of like an extension of their energy. It might be filled with everything that just feels so them. And I feel like the sea serpent person kind of knows what I'm talking about. Like, they can like look at something in the store and be like, oh yeah, that's them. I should get it for them. Or that's so you. Like, they just have their spirit is so big, it extends past the limitations of their body. That's what I'm trying to say. And we see this a lot in people who just have a really distinct personality or a really distinct like, you know, your car, your home, your pets, they all can be extensions of your energy. They're not always, you know, not every piece of furniture in your house is an extension of your energy. Not every animal you interact with and are friends with is your energy, but this person's interesting. That's really interesting to me. There's a lot of creativity as well. I imagine they have a very distinct style or way of decorating. I imagine their interior design skills are pretty on point and very them. So yeah, two really deep spiritual thinking, shape-shifting, creating people here. But I'm kind of getting like you're the same person, but you're also different people. But I'm kind of having a hard time seeing where this all comes together. So let's pull the tarot. How are you guys doing today? Leave it down below in the comment section. I just woke up. I'm having my coffee still. That's why my speaking skills aren't 100% on point right now. But let's see what tarot cards come out for you. Group number 3. See how these energies will come together. Okay. I'm feeling 5. We have the Hermit. Yeah, this is, 2 light workers, 2 people who are really in tune with their individuality. I almost wonder if you two both are kind of like loners, but together. The Hermit is, you both came here with distinct spiritual mission in life. And I think you might be like 2 introverts possibly, but like there's just, I can't emphasize this enough, there's just such a depth to how you experience life, both of you. And I feel like the reason why you guys met is so that you can meet someone who thinks like you. You can meet someone who thinks as deeply as you, who has been through as much as you, and who can share those experiences. You know, it's hard especially if you've gone through a lot of trauma, or if you have very unusual life circumstances, or you've just lived a lot of life. It's really hard to relate to people who haven't done the same. Like, it's really hard to relate to people who aren't, how do I put it like this? And that's another symptom of PTSD, ironically. Like, you just feel very much like you can't get along with anyone because, you know, everyone's just living their best happy life. And it's like, you don't even know what I just saw. Like, I can't describe it. I've been through PTSD myself. So this is a familiar feeling that I'm feeling, but for you guys. And you just get each other. That's what it boils down to. You just get each other. We have the Moon in reverse. Lots of deep energy. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but my gosh, the Moon reversed is deep. Deep, deep thinking, healing, transformation. There's going to be an insane amount of healing and transformation and spiritual experiences that you both experience individually in this relationship. The Moon reversed is feelings of confusion and being lost in your emotions. And I'm again getting this sense of depression almost. So I feel like this relationship is a space where deeper rooted issues in your life will come to the surface. You know, no longer dealing with treating the symptoms of your life, getting to the root of things and discovering those things together. I just got a vision. Some of you guys are really into herbalism and you're really into like kind of doing some independent reading on different ailments and just really getting to the holistic root of things. I'm getting a lot of holistic healing energy from you both. So that is really interesting. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. This is that depressed energy I was feeling, guys. Feeling like, oh my gosh, like this is a complete drain of energy. And I feel kind of drained doing your reading. I don't know why. Like I've had to pause your reading so many times and just like breathe and take a sip of water and coffee because like the energy I'm feeling here is really heavy almost. Like you both have, I wonder if you bring out the healing within each other, but also I'm getting a vision here that some of you guys aren't even with this person. This might have been someone you broke up with and you learned a lot of karmic lessons from this relationship that were deeply rooted in your own past, your own traumas, and just remanifesting themselves in a new person. So that's the story for some of you. If that's not your story, do not force it. Okay, that's only if you're already separated or like really close to separating. For others of you, this is like, there's something about this relationship that brings out the elements that need healing within yourself. Let's see what the other cards are. We have the Devil. Okay, that's great, especially next to the 10 of Swords. And we have Death and Rebirth. Well, yeah, there's that transformative energy. Whew, guys, this is heavy. This is heavy. I wonder. I want to remind you guys that I do not do readings for people in abusive relationships. If you think you're in an abusive relationship, look up the signs online, okay? It's really hard to see that you're in an abusive relationship when you're in one. I don't feel confident that most of the people who selected group number 3 are in healthy relationships. There is a sense of deep healing, psychological work, transformation, perseverance, overcoming karma, overcoming generational curses. These are the elements I'm really feeling when it comes to this relationship. I'm not feeling a particular closeness or warmth. I'm not feeling a particular passion or romance. I'm feeling old wounds being triggered, kind of as a way to like finally heal them. I wonder if this is a karmic relationship for some of you watching, where this person has some similar attributes to someone from your past who has caused great psychological trauma for you. I mean, we're all products of our pasts, whether we realize it or not. And we can use our conscious will to heal and overcome and take our power back. But wow, there is massive, I mean, like the energy is so heavy and dense, guys. Out of the 5 tarot cards we pulled, 4 of them are major arcanas. 4. In the previous readings, like they only had like 1 major arcana, or I think the group number 1 didn't have any, if I remember correctly. You have 4. Major arcanas in the tarot represent really big life events, and they represent really big karmic lessons. 4 karmic lessons you are overcoming at this time in this relationship. It is hard, and you are tired. Like completely, and right in between all 4 of these karmic lessons, we see the 10 of Swords reversed, which is just completely feeling drained and fatigued and tired. Like your nervous system itself just needs to catch a break. And I was just reading something last night that was saying when you're depressed, it is your old self. It's like your body's way of saying that they are sick of playing the character that you've been playing and they need a deep rest. Deep rest, depressed. Oh, man. So let's take a look at these 4 big lessons that this relationship is triggering in a sense. Number 1 is the hermit, finding your place in life, being more spiritually connected, more of a light worker, and learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. I think that's a big message of the hermit that goes unnoticed sometimes, but this is like independence, financial independence, emotional independence for sure, physical independence. That is a theme that's coming up in this relationship that you are trying to work on. The moon reversed, this is deep emotional healing. This is this emotional deregulation that prevents peace from happening. You can never have all the answers in life, and when the moon comes out in reverse, that bothers you, and you're drowning in your trauma and your subconscious mind and your fears. And I just want clarity in your reading. I just want to peel back all of these layers and make life simple for you. I want to just sit you down in a room full of nothing and just let you experience that peace of nothingness for a little bit. There's a lot going on energetically. I just want you to take a nap, group number 3. I just want you to experience simplicity. And the song Simple Man by Leonard Skinner is coming to my head. It's one of my favorite songs. Go ahead and check that out. The lyrics there might have powerful messages for you. But if you aren't going to do that and you're not familiar, the chorus goes, just be a simple man. Be a simple kind of man. Be someone you love and understand. It's basically a song that's saying, don't be complicated. Don't be dramatic. When you're just simple, that's when you can just be peaceful. You can be in love. Don't overcomplicate your life, because overcomplicating your life, it overcomplicates it. It makes it not as fun. And I feel like so many different energies, really overactive upper chakras, guys. I think you might benefit from doing some grounding, literally every single day. Getting out into sunlight or putting your feet on the dirt, literally going outside and being physical in your physical body every single day. I think that could really transform your mental health right now, because I'm seeing this energy of your upper chakras just being so overactivated, overthinking, so much going on, so much healing, blah, 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 blah. Your auric field is huge. And even if, your outer reality is an extension of your inner reality, which it is, if you don't like your outer reality, that still stands. It's still a reflection of your inner reality. So, what if, I almost feel some of you even have the fantasy, what if I just moved to a different city and left all this behind? I'm getting these strong, spontaneous urges to just leave everything behind, to just start fresh, get rid of everything, minimalism. You have these urges to just detox everything in your life, get rid of stuff, get rid of everything, just move, just leave it all behind. It's you get into these depressions and then you feel that desire to just start over, start fresh slate. I think some detoxing might actually help you. Oh, some of you guys need a detox from alcohol, substance, and all that, because it ain't helping. I'm not saying you have a problem, but it certainly ain't helping. Junk foods, sugars, you really nurture your physical body right now. Nurture your nervous and endocrine system, I feel particularly guided to say. That is your electricity and your hormones, right? Then we have the devil here coming out as your 3rd lesson. And this is a tough one, upright. All right, tough energy. This is that box we were talking about earlier, that feeling stuck when you're not actually stuck. The devil comes out for abusive relationships or neglectful relationships, Or, and I don't want you to get offended if you're like, I am not in one of those. Fine. All right. Like I said, take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. This comes up when we feel stuck in a situation, we can't move forward, and we're not actually stuck. We can move on. The devil energy is pretty toxic stuff. This is like disempowering energy. Particularly in this deck as well, like let's pull this card up. He's giving me narcissist vibes. Like, I don't know, just the way the artist drew it, this particular devil is coming out and giving me narcissistic vibes, or like just purposefully trying to belittle other people in order to fulfill their own self-esteem. Because narcissists, and you know what, everyone says like, oh, people overuse the word narcissist. I disagree with that. Around 1 in 4 to 1 in 5, or technically that would be reversed, 1 in 5 to 1 in 4 people on this planet are narcissists. And that is worse if you're living in like a city, especially, or anywhere where there's a lot of like competition, like LA, for example. Yeah, like a lot of the people you're running into, narcissists. New York City, any of those international cities, Berlin, I don't know. I'm getting these images of narcissistic abuse or neglect, and it doesn't have to be your partner. It could be someone from your past. It could be a parent. It could be someone, a sibling. I'm just seeing themes around that as well, healing around that, overcoming that. And then Death and Rebirth. This is actually a really good card. This just shows the utter transformation that you're making at this time. Okay, whichever one you are. If you're the Hawk person, this is perseverance, letting go of those old stories, those old patterns. And you're stunning, you're beautiful, and your spirit guides are trying to lift you up and make you see that and restore your mental health, your self-image. If you're the Sea Serpent person, this is your beautiful, beautiful heart, and, overcoming all of that and still seeing the beauty in the world, the magic in the world, and being just a ray of sunshine for the people around you. Regardless, lots of heavy emotions coming up in this relationship. I want to see why, particularly in this relationship. So let's pull from the Lovers Oracle, and then we'll get messages from the Moon. We will get messages from the Romance Angels. Because I'm getting just like, this feels more like a psychological reading. It doesn't feel like a love reading, Which makes me wonder if some of you guys, if this is a bad relationship that is kind of just an extension of the stuff you've already been through. Or, hear me out. Okay, breakthrough. If you guys really are in a good relationship, this might be elements that you've both been through individually. And ooh, that makes a lot of sense now. Ooh, I just got the goosebumps. It's all coming together. Oh, sorry. I hit the microphone. It's all coming together now, guys. This makes a lot of sense because you both have this like deep energy. And we were talking in the beginning of the reading, like, you were brought together because you both have this deep energy. You can relate to each other. When you have trauma, when you have weird life experiences, it's hard to relate to people, but this is someone you can relate to. That's why you were brought together, to heal together, perhaps. Or for some of you guys watching, unfortunately, they are a reflection of what needs to be, like, they're just a continuation of the karma of the people who have hurt you that you still haven't really healed from. It could be one or the other, depending on where you're at in life. Leave a comment down below. Which one are you? So this card flipped over, but that's what it looks like on the outside. And it says, look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me with this message? Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. That is like this relationship to a T. Like just both healing and transforming from this relationship, if it's the healthy one, if it's the healthy, good relationship where you both were hurt a lot, you're both healing together and you're both looking inside yourselves, okay? Or for those of you where this isn't so healthy, first off, I would say break up if that's the case. But regardless, this situation has allowed you to look within inside yourself and see where these patterns, these emotional patterns and dysregulations coming from, and learn to heal that. We have playfulness coming out as well. This is what it looks like on the outside. Laughter is the best therapy. There's that word therapy. Like I'm getting therapy, psychology, blah, blah, blah. Have some fun together and remember love is the greatest healer. Oh my gosh, everything's making sense now. This is a healing relationship. Love is the greatest healer. Whoo, yeah, I do feel like a lot of you, like this is someone you can just let your guard down with, who gets you. You're both healing together. Laughter and love, truly, that unconditional safe space type of love truly is the best medicine, especially if you're healing from narcissists and neglectful people, abusers. The best healing medicine for you is true healthy love, straight up, and tons of it, surrounding yourself with a truly loving support system. Okay, we had a lot of cards come out. That one. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Beautiful. We have this card here and it says freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. We have this card and it says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. That's that unconditional love. That's that healthy love, that freedom. It gives you the freedom to be who you want to be. You're finally experiencing that and it's so healing. And then we have this card right here and it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, I was feeling a little worried there, but these cards are very affirming. I was like really worried that some of you guys are not in good situations, but now after feeling this, it's like you're carrying that energy around with you, which would confuse the psychic, all right? It would confuse an energy reader. Okay, you're carrying the energy of like narcissistic abuse and trauma and whatever the heck you've been through. So in my, like, it's hard to navigate in the spirit realm where time does not exist. You know, is this occurring in the past, present, or future? I don't know. You're carrying it right now though. That's the thing. Your nervous system, your endocrine system is operating as if this is still happening. So it's hard as a reader to determine if this is from the past or if this is like someone you're currently with. Which is why I was getting confused. Like some of you guys, this is someone from the past who's done all this damage and you're with someone really, truly loving who's helping you heal from this. And then for others of you, you're in the situation again because you have not done the healing and you are attracting a similar situation back into your life to kind of be like, hey, this is going to keep happening until you focus on this and heal and figure out how to not keep attracting this energy. Leave a comment down below. Which one is it for you? If you feel comfortable. I'm really glad to see though. Like, I finally feel like I realized why this reading was so difficult. Like, very complicated. Very complicated. To read for someone who carries the past so heavily in their present energy. Like, time can get construed. All right, so Mama Moon, she rules over emotions and relationships and your daily rhythm and routine. What is her 2 cents on this relationship? We have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. Yeah, some self-love and healing there. Independence, freedom. That's another big theme here, like kind of becoming free while still in this relationship, of course. But like, you know, learning how to regulate your own emotions, be financially free, take care of yourself. I feel like that's an important healing step for you. And your partner, if this is the healthy relationship, is offering you the safe space to do that and they're supporting you, which is wonderful. And then she also has to say, the blue moon, believe in the impossible. Yeah, guys. Some of you didn't think it was possible to, or you don't think it's possible to truly get this loving, beautiful relationship that you deserve and to feel at peace and to heal from everything that you've gone through. But I assure you it's possible. And I assure you, like, your angels are leading you there. So speaking of, let's get some messages from the romance angels. What is their advice and messages and opinions on this relationship? We have trust. Ooh, a big one. Especially after all of you've been through. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust is something you practice, guys. It's something you practice. If they haven't given you a reason to distrust them, then don't. Choose every day to trust them. Allow them to show you their love and vice versa. Don't self-sabotage something beautiful because you're afraid of getting hurt again. Just trust them. Trust that they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to abandon you. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. That is an important card for people who keep attracting narcissists. Keep an open mind. Or if you keep attracting like douchebags, like your first instinct is to keep going after those people because, you know, you're familiar with them. So you're the soulmate who's going to treat you right. They're not going to be like all the other people you dated. They might be out of your comfort zone. And you know what? It's important for you in those moments to acknowledge on a logical level, you're really good for me. And I know that attraction can build over time. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not going to sabotage it just because there's not that immediate spark. Especially when you have a history of like dramatic relationships. Like it can feel boring to be in a healthy relationship. So keep an open mind. Keep that on your mind specifically. Also, I love that with the keep an open mind card, they literally have like a scene here that looks like it's going to turn into a three-way. I just think that's funny. Maybe y'all are some freaks. Maybe you can really explore your fantasies safely with this person. That is some message that came up for group number 2 as well. What is going on here? We have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah. I wonder. I can't really pinpoint where exactly you are in this relationship. Like, I can't tell if some of you guys have been with this person for a long time. It feels like the majority of people, this might be someone you've been with for a few months, maybe a few weeks. I don't know. Oh, almost dropped the card. We have retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. Yeah, I feel this for you. I feel this for you. Group number 3. Do a social media cleanse, you know, get out into nature, like literally get out into simplicity, into nothingness, like do more of nothing. All right. More of nothing. And not nothing as in like sitting on the couch and doing nothing and watching TV, like get yourself away from all of the stimulation from screens, from the media, from people around you. Like, what if you just experienced peace and quiet? Pretend like you're in the 1800s. There's no TV, there's no music, you know, on the radio. There's no radio, there's no cell phones, there's no nothing. All you have is the silence and nature and your own creative thoughts. It gives you a lot more space in your mind and in your energy field to process everything and heal. So you need more of that. We have true love coming out. This is the romance of a lifetime. Yeah, I feel it now. I'm feeling a lot better about this reading. I feel like this is a place where you can heal together and just really support each other. So I'm happy. I'm content now. Very happy. Guys, you heard all my tips here. A lot of them were more personal as opposed to relationship stuff. Like, I feel like the relationship for most of you might be fine, but there's some inner demons you might be battling. And you heard all the tips, you know, yoga, nervous system, endocrine system, emotional regulation. These are some keywords that are just popping into my head here, like simplicity, minimalism. All right, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to keep repeating myself if not. So comment how this resonated with you down below if you feel comfortable. This is a little community here, and I love reading your comments. So go ahead and do that. Like the video if you want to support me and boost this stuff to the algorithm. And of course, subscribe if you have not already. Tongue-tied. I post about 2 times a week now, pick a card readings, and then little chats about once a week from now on, hopefully. So subscribe to that. All right, thank you guys. Bye.